Hey everyone, welcome. No intro today. I'm feeling kind of under the weather, so thank you to everybody who has answered my poll about comparing polishes. Today I'm just going to do a quick and easy swatch wheel comparison. So again, thank you so much for participating in the poll and for everybody who left comments, just kind of giving me the artistic freedom. So for today, let's just jump into these cool tone comparisons. I'm going to start by comparing these two polishes. I have New Colors 935 and Believe Beauty's Lover Boy. These both give that gemmy metallic green look, but they definitely do end up looking different on the nail. Here we can see that the first one is definitely a lighter tone and you get a little bit more sparkle. This one seems to fall a little bit more flat and it is darker. The New Color did take me 4 coats to build up compared to the Believe Beauty that only took 2. Next up, I want to compare 2 green chrome polishes. We have Sally Hansen's Cutting Hedge, which really does look so similar to this Love My Nails, and this one is called Envy. These two definitely feel super close to just being dupes. They look exactly the same, and their formula was very the same. 1 coat for each polish, absolutely amazing. I love chromes for that reason. Next up, I've got a couple indie polishes. First up is this Red-Eyed Lacquer. This one is This Is So Unfair. And then this next one is actually a Jen and Barry's prototype, so there's no name on this one. It's a really pretty crelly formula with some shimmer and some flakies, same as this one. And similarly to in the bottle, they do look pretty different. The flakies in the second one are much larger, and the shimmer in the first one is much more pronounced. The Red-Eyed Lacquer gives a green shimmer, whereas the Jen and Berries gives a very, very subtle gold shimmer, which you don't get much of on the nail. Either way, both absolutely stunning polishes. The first one took 2 coats, whereas the Jen and Berries really shocked me. It was a 1-coat Crelly. It's not the only 1-coat Crelly in my collection, though. Any polish that I can get away with 1 coat feels too good to be true. I have 2 more indies here. I've got a Bee's Knees Lacquer and a Swamp Gloss. These two definitely look very, very similar in the bottle. Almost the exact same shimmer. You have all the same colors. Really interesting. The Bee's Knees Lacquer is called Your Soul Calls to Mine, and the Swamp Gloss is Abe Froman. The Swamp Gloss looks a little bit more intense on the shimmer in the bottle, and it does translate on the nail. So here you can see they definitely are both kind of pink, and then they have that goldish green on the sides. But the Swamp Gloss definitely is a little more color saturated as far as that shimmer goes, but I feel like the shimmer is so similar to one another, it's almost the same shimmer. The Bee's Knees just has a tad bit more white to it, so it kind of mutes the shimmer. They both did take 3 coats. This is a very sheer shimmery polish. I do love using that Bee's Knees lacquer as a topper, and I feel like my Swamp Gloss I will probably end up doing the same. They do look gorgeous built up though, oh my goodness. Something kind of spacey feeling about it. It's just got that metallic look. These are like galactic marshmallows. Absolutely so cute. And I love a polish that's versatile that I can wear multiple ways. Another 2 indie polishes here. I have white polishes with blue shimmers. You can already kind of tell in the bottle that the shimmers are a little different. One's a little darker and one leans a little bit more on the greeny teal side, but that base is almost the same. It's like a grayed off white type of color. I've got Bee's Knees Lacquer Celestina, which was definitely one of my desperately in search ofs at the beginning of my polish journey, and so glad to have it. I ordered this one from Canada. This one is by Danny Viana's Moonstone, and when I saw this, I knew that I needed it because of how much it reminded me of this one. However, you will see they are slightly different. On the nail, they do look really similar, but you can tell that the blue in this one is just a little bit lighter than this one. The second one almost gives like a purple or indigo tone. Another 2 polishes that also needed 3 coats apiece to build up that gorgeous shimmer. Next up, I have a Dom nail polish and a Phoenix nail polish. We're looking at Emmer Effing, Purple Saber, and Luminol. Both of these were heavily coveted polishes. I missed out on the Phoenix the first time and had to get my hands on it through other means. I think I ended up getting this one off of Beautyometry or one of those second offerings type of sites. And then the Dom, I had to get this whole collection. It's just so beautiful. I just feel like these two have that strong purple glowy shimmer that you see there. And otherwise, only a few things within the formula make it very different, which on the nail you can see right away with the texture, but that's because the second one has this gorgeous reflective glitter throughout that gives it that kind of frosty disco ball glittery shine. Otherwise, I feel like these are so similar, almost the same. I just feel like this reflective gives that grit surface, and that smooths out with a good top coat on top, and that makes it look a lot different. They both were for coaters to get all of that juicy shimmer in there. These next two definitely feel similar. I've got the Red-Eyed Lacquer Ice Powers, and I've got Alchemy Lacquers Calypso. Both some really pretty, icy, shimmery, flaky formulas here. You can tell that they are slightly different. One has a shimmer, one has a like linear hollow, and the flaky sizes are definitely different, but they totally gave me a similar vibe. And when you look at them side by side, they definitely look really similar. I feel like this first one has some glittery or some reflective, something in there that this second one doesn't. It kind of looks like reflective the way that it reacts, but you can see the silver particles in this one outside of the flash. It almost kind of looks like the last one when I have the flash on. This one really stands out because of the linear hollow, which I guess I didn't notice before. Only once I got them here under the lighting and saw them side by side did I really see that this one had that linear hollow in there. This Red-Eyed Lacquer took 3 coats, whereas the Alchemy only took 2. Next up is a Syzygy Boston and a 1422 Designs. We have So Uncivilized and Because I'm Better Company to compare here. Both give definitely some frosty, wintry vibes. I feel like this Syzygy almost kind of reminds me of this last one, the Calypso one. They have like that blue shimmer and some flakies, but we'll be able to see both of these compared to that last one on the wheel. So here is those two, and then here that one is compared to the Alchemy. You can tell that the Alchemy has a lot more flakies going on, but definitely kind of in that similar wintry, flurry look. This one also has like some chunky hollow glitters in there. And then when I do compare it next to this one, the one that I really intended to compare it to, this one's darker and this one's lighter, but they both give that like tiny scattered little blue flaky. They are different flakies and everything within the polishes are different, but they kind of give me a similar vibe. This one kind of reminds me of Mentos or toothpaste or something. This one just feels so crisp and fresh, kind of like a minty polish. But the Syzygy Boston took 2 coats, whereas this 1422 Designs did take 3. These next two are so close to being dupes, and I'm so glad because this China Glaze is one of my favorite China Glaze polishes. This is Ranunculus, and I'm comparing it to Zoya's Amira. You can even tell in the bottle they both have this like golden silver, I don't know whether to call it a glitter or a shimmer. It's like a large shimmer particle, but it doesn't completely fill the polish, you know what I mean? Like it just gives a little something extra. The shine definitely is blinding the lights on this one, but let me show them on the wheel. On the wheel, you can barely set them apart. The only difference that I've noticed between these two polishes is that the Zoya has a little sprinkle extra of that shimmery, glittery type of particle. You can see it a lot more on the nail, and I'm definitely excited about it because I kind of missed it. When I wore the China Glaze, I didn't really get as much sparkle. So I'm excited to be replacing it with the Zoya whenever it is done. Both of them did take 2 coats, and they're pretty much the same formula as well. And last but not least, I have 2 more indie polishes here. I've got Bee's Knees Lacquers Sloth, and I've got Red-Eyed Lacquers Bean there. Both of these have gorgeous blue shimmers, lots of juicy, reflective and or silver hollow flake. They just really remind me of one another in the bottle, and when I wear them, honestly. And here you can see that this one definitely is the hollow flake, whereas this one does have that reflective. The reflective almost mutes the shimmer because there's no top coat on there. The top coat would bring it out and make it look more like this one. I suppose I could have done that. Didn't really think about it. But here with the flash, oh my goodness, this one definitely gives me disco ball vibes. Like I usually do wear it around New Year's. It is one of my favorites for winter, and this one, it just gives me such a similar vibe, but the shimmer in this one, again, is really strong because it does not have that reflective to kind of gritty it up, so to speak. But I'm loving the way these little hollow flakes are catching all the little rainbows in the light. You can really differentiate them in the bright light. But again, when they are both top coated and in the more normal natural lighting, they look really similar. This one just gives more of a purple looking shimmer compared to this one's more blue tone. And both of these do take 3 coats to build up. But that's it for this one. I know it's not the norm. I appreciate you guys so much for being here and supporting me, even though I'm not feeling the greatest today. Much love to each and every one of you. And until next time, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me.